And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. It is the Texas two-step back-to-back shows in one day, which is a good thing, no doubt about it, as we're just a couple of weeks away from Christmas Eve and Christmas Day out there and saying goodbye to 2022 and welcoming in 2023. Back here on the show, thanks to all the co-hosts out there, my entire team. Of course, I got to give them props. Stephanie Ryan, Kirsty Krause, CJ Garton, make it happen out there, spinning their wheels and playing their music and hitting the roads out there, and presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. It's the holiday drink of choice. Make sure you guys check that out at bangtail.com or over at our good friends at easyliquor.com. And drink responsibly. It is a holiday season, and I'll be having a glass of that tonight, tomorrow, and probably through the weekend too, which is a good thing. So make sure you drink responsibly and do it with our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Live on the YouTube channel and, of course, at the website. Pleased to welcome in a good friend of mine. I said, you know what? This song is kick-ass. We just got to catch up here on the show. It's called I Don't Need a Boy. Teigen Gayse here on the show. What's going on?
Hi, not too much. We're hanging out with you. How are you?
It's good. It feels like a Friday, doesn't it?
It really does feel like a Friday. It does.
I'm excited for the weekend too. Plus, I got to give props to because I work in a school district too, and my high school is actually playing in the state semifinals for the Texas high school football playoffs tomorrow night in a big game coming up. We have a shot to play for a state championship next week, so I'm excited about that tomorrow.
Okay,
so
that's going to be fun.
Looking forward to lots of fun too. They're amongst the Final Four in the state of Texas in their district to do that in the region and all the good stuff. So looking forward to that tomorrow night as we play a game in Katy, Texas, going over there. And I'll be running the roads. Katy this weekend, back to Sealy for a kid's birthday party, and then back to Beaumont. Just all this, it's racking up the miles. Thank God gas prices are going down, right? Thank God.
Oh my gosh, I know.
I'm excited about that too. Well, let's dive into your music too. Love it always. And before I get into the latest single and you guys performing that for us today, let's catch up. How has 2022 been for you? I've seen a lot of stuff out there you've been posting, TikTok, all your socials. Things look like they are busy, and things look like this year's wrapping up probably better than you expected, right?
Absolutely. It's been a wonderful year, been very successful. I put out some great tunes that I'm very passionate about and that I love. I got a really good team behind me now since we last talked.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been really great. I had a wonderful year, and I'm even more excited for next year. It's going to be a great next year, I think, too, for me. So I'm excited.
And I am too. I can't wait to see what's next, especially after this single too, that I'm going to provide a quote on in the morning from my media outlet to Teigen out there. She can use on there. But take me back a little bit to the first one out there, because I'm going to go back to a little bit of old school Teigen Gayse on the radio. So since that first one in 17 till now, the process of making music, finding your sound, people have to realize sometimes the work that goes on behind the scenes to do that. You mentioned you're getting yourself now have a great team in place to do that. That process or that formula of going for 4 or 5 years, never giving up on your dream and trying to perfect this as a singer, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's crazy thinking it's only been 5 years, because it feels like, in a way, it feels like it's been no time at all, and in a way, it feels like it's been forever. And so much has happened, and the process has changed, and even my way of like me as a a woman in the business right now too. Like I feel like when I was releasing music back then, I didn't realize how much work it took to put out music. I was just kind of, I didn't have a team behind me. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was, doing the music, releasing it, but then that was really it. I didn't understand like the business and how it's like, no, it is a grind. If you want to be successful and you want things to work out in your favor, it's like you got to grind, and you got to grind hard. You got to put your 110% in. And it wasn't until that kind of clicked in my head that that things started to really, happen. And so it's been really cool to see. And I mean, I absolutely love what I do. I love the ups. I love the downs even. Like it's just it's a crazy business to be in. We're crazy for being in it, but I love it.
Well, and you're good at it too, no doubt about it. So we may be crazy for doing what we do, but what we love is what we love, and we're going to stick around to it and see it all the way through. And I want to go this because I mentioned the first single, but even to the first album, which is again your name out there. It's the Teigen Gayse album, which I loved a lot too. And the two singles that you guys had, or at least I know one of them there, Austin was one that kind of just really for me led off that album and took people kind of on this ride to set up Don't Look Back, and then you get through the 8 songs. And I want to say y'all released that in April of 2020, so you have come a long way and perfected your sound. Take me through just the making of that album and hit on some of the highlights that probably even today make you and your brand and your music stand out more, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that was such I needed to put out that album because I had so many songs that I wanted to put out, and so when I met Tyler McCullum, who produced it, he was excited, he wanted to produce, and I was like, hey, like I have so many songs I want to put out to the world, and it just kind of happened. It's crazy how it happened and how that whole thing happened, but I'm just like, I'm so proud of it, and I'm so happy that I got to release those songs and the way that they did too, like going down to like Austin, which I just love. Like I still, that
Mm-hmm.
place to me is just so electrifying. I want to go back so bad. One of my friends here is actually, because I'm in Nashville right now
Mm-hmm.
writing for the next record, but she's going down to Austin right now. She's on her way, or she's there already. But I'm like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
so jealous. I love it there so much. But to be able to release there and like we recorded it at the Zone recording studio, like live off the floor. It was really neat to see that process, because I'm not used to that. Like I'm used to um like kind of like going into a room, doing my part, and then everyone else doing their part. Like it was cool to be in a room with people and everyone kind of working together and figuring out what you wanted to do. Like very cool experience.
Mm-hmm.
And that album is such a like just a rootsy feeling album that I just love. It feels
Mm-hmm.
good listening to it, and it's all like my own songwriting too, which is really neat. Like I had no co-writers on that album,
Mm-hmm.
where after that album I started co-writing. So it's neat to see like how I've like come since then, and how I have found my sound. Like
Mm-hmm.
that one's a little bit more rootsy, a little bit more like more Texas country, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's exactly what I wanted to release, and now my stuff is kind of venturing off into more of like the pop rock country, which I also love. And I don't really like to be like contained into one thing. Like I like being able to do different things. Like I don't want to just be, one thing. Like just kind of like how when you release a different album, it has a different everything's different about it. Like the stories behind it, like your outfits, everything. Like I like the change, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to just see like where I'm growing and where I'm going with my music. It's been really fun, and finding my sound has been fun too. And I love where I'm at right now. I love what everything that's happening. And it's just the more I do it, the more I love it, and the more I find about myself and my art,
Mm-hmm.
my music, and who Teigen is. And it's been great.
No, it is, and there's songs that stand out like Austin on there too. And I wanted something you said there kind of struck me, no doubt, when you said the co-writing aspect of it. Talk about what you learned through the collaboration process, and especially that co-writing kind of feel. What you learned from connecting with people through that process.
Absolutely. I think the one thing that I love about co-writing is learning, because you learn so much. Having three brains or two brains or four brains in a room compared to one. I mean, there's going to be nothing but beneficial to that. Nothing but like nothing good. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
nothing but good stuff, because you have three brains thinking. And like for me, I found like sometimes when I write just on my own, it's not like repetitive, but kind of, like writing with different people, you learn so much. And you also learn to not be stuck on things too. Like I was nervous when I started writing with people, because you're so used to writing on your own that you kind of like write what you want to write, and do what you want to do. Like you really learn to just like you got to let it all go when you're in a room with people, and you got to feel the vibe, and you got to go with the people and go with the room, and kind of it's a really neat process, and I do really enjoy it. And I love going in, and I'm such a good reader of rooms, I feel now too, and I love going in and like kind of feeling like what's the vibe today, what we're going for. I don't like to go into a room and be like, I need this is what I need, this is what I
Mm-hmm.
want. I like to go in and be chill and be like, I have these ideas. We all say our ideas, but I'm like, but what are we all feeling? What's everyone feeling today, so that we can all chime in and ultimately get the best song. So it's I love co-writing. It's fun.
I got to see that process one day, like stepping in a studio when I get to Nashville, if the CRS thing or just down the line. I want to step in a studio and just like be quiet, close my mouth, don't ask any questions, but just hear people talk about, like you just took me through it right there. Just hear people, here's the ideas. What do we got in common? What do we want to kind of accomplish today? What type of song want to come up with? And just kind of see it with my own two eyes, because I've never walked in a studio to be able to go through that process. I think one day I need to probably just step into that and take somebody up on that offer just to see what happens, where the magic is made right there in the studio, no doubt. Well, I'll tell you this single again. What's that? Go ahead. You're good.
Well, I was thinking it would be so cool if someone like, and I've always wanted to do this, but if someone did like, put up a camera in a room and like kind of saw the process of how people write a song, because it's so cool. Just sometimes it's hard because you're in such a space where you don't want to feel like anyone's watching you, or you kind of, it can be kind of weird knowing that there's a camera there while you're trying to like write a song. But it would be cool to see, to like put a camera in the room and just like kind of see the process of people and how they write a song. Someone needs to do that. Maybe I should do it.
Well, there's an idea for us here on the show too, and take a studio tour or something like that too. Maybe get to Nashville. We got to catch up during CRS 2023. So if you're down there, come hang out with us. We'll be there at the Omni Hotel, and that may be an idea we end up resulting in it occurring, no doubt about it too. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to provide a quote on this tomorrow. You're going to hear it from me, because the thing is fire. It's called I Don't Need a Boy. And the thing I'm talking about is their latest single out there. Came out October 14th. Make sure you guys go hit that stream button and get the clicks up and get that thing even higher than it is right now for all the clicks on Spotify and SoundCloud or wherever you download or stream music. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Fire away. This is your performance. And
nice.
I love it. I cannot wait to hear it live here on the show.
Here we go. So yeah, this is I Don't Need a Boy. I wrote this with Patricia Conroy, Dwayne Thompson, and Jeff Johnson. And I hope that you guys all love it. There's a music video out to it if you guys want to go check that out after. And here she goes.
Here you go.
Got lots of room in my closet, no cowboy's hat on my door. I don't have his number, I lost it. I don't need that trouble no more. No prints in my king-size bed, no drama filling up my head. I don't need a boy messing up my plans, stealing all my single girl weekends, blowing up my phone. I'm okay alone. Ooh, I don't need a heart, it's probably gonna break mine. Run away and just waste my good time. I'd rather be hanging with my girlfriends, cause they'll still be here when the summer ends. I don't need a boy. I don't need a boy. I might take a trip down to Cali, and I'll stay as long as I want. Put miles on my black Denali, or rent me a beach house for one. Dress it up, dress it down, be the queen of this barefoot beach town. I don't need a boy messing up my plans, stealing all my single girl weekends, blowing up my phone. I'm okay alone. Ooh, I don't need a heart, it's probably gonna break mine. Run away and just waste my good time. Rather be hanging with my girlfriends, cause they'll still be here when the summer ends. I don't need a boy. I don't need a boy. I might fall in love again. Right now, I don't need a boy messing up my plans, stealing all my single girl weekends, blowing up my phone. I'm okay alone. Ooh, I don't need a heart, it's probably gonna break mine. Run away and just waste my good time. Rather be hanging with my girlfriends, cause they'll still be here when the summer ends. I don't need a boy. I don't need a boy. I don't need a boy.
it, love it, love it, love it, love it here on the Backstage Pass Teigen Gayse. I don't need a boy, and I tell you that is a fun song to jam to.
It's so fun.
70 when you get down 75 and you're hitting it out of West Texas and down I-10 and enjoy it too. Put those earpods in, and man, it's a jam. Put it that way. And I can't wait to give her a quote coming up tomorrow too. Fantastic music. Came out in October. Make sure you guys go check it out across all the digital platforms. We're going to talk a lot about her music and, of course, get you guys in the Christmas mood out there. She's got one called Hey Christmas. We're going to talk about here in just a little bit here on the Backstage Pass. Quick timeout for our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Guys, if you're looking for a drink for the holiday season, look no further than the good folks at easyliquor.com or bangtail.com. Get that drink sent directly to your door. A little bit of background information on our good friend Brandon Bing, the maker and owner of Bangtail Whiskey. He'll take care of you. Make it your drink, your holiday choice around the Christmas tree this year with the food. Cocktails can be made from anything out there too. Make sure you check it out at bangtail.com or easyliquor.com. Out there too. It'll be my drink of choice. It should be yours out there too for this 2022 holiday season. Quick timeout. More with Teigen Gayse. It is the Backstage Pass. Stay tuned.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here on the show again, Teigen Gayse joining us here on the show, talking everything music and then some too. So I tell you what, it's always a good thing as we're presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Talk about just the feel of a song that gets people in the holiday mood. And I saw one of your posts today coming out there on your Instagram. Hey Christmas is one of my favorite tunes, and just a great spin on a Christmas song out there that really gets people in the mood. I was listening to it the other day as I put up my tree in my house for my little one too at the same time. Let's talk about this one, how much fun this was, because I know last year you guys got to release this, and even still today, it's great Christmas music for folks to listen to.
Yeah, it was this was a solo write. I wrote this actually years ago, one cold December night in Kelowna, and I was staying in this carriage house at the time, and this carriage house had like a little window seat seal in it. And I just remember sitting there on my little window seat seal, and I was like, I want to write a Christmas song right now. And it was so cold outside, and the window was so icy, and I just felt like I was so cozy in the mood, and it was such an easy Christmas song to write. And I love it. I hope everyone else loves it. And it's just, it for me personally feels happy and good to listen to it. It gets me in the spirit of Christmas. And that's what I wanted to do when I wrote the song. So that was a long time ago. I wrote that though. And then we ended up recording it about 2 years ago now. So I'm happy that I got to put that one out for everyone and that it brings such a good vibe about. So.
It does. I think it welcomes in the holiday season as people will do more shopping and just listening to music. And that's what I enjoy doing, shopping, listening to music, and buying Christmas gifts and just putting the thought into something. And that it explains it. Hey, Christmas is around the corner, 2 weeks away from Saturday. It is.
Absolutely. It's like I could talk to, and kind of like the idea was like, if I could talk to Christmas right now and like, this is what I would want to say. Like, don't ever leave. I love you for being here. You make me feel like I'm falling in love. Like, I wish Christmas could be all year. Like, it's just such a good feeling.
Yeah, and it made me feel like too. It's like, now that I put up my tree, I don't feel like taking it down because it's just I'll listen to Christmas music and leave it up. 365 would be my choice to leave the tree up there. I know one since we last talked has done very well through the spins and the streams and all the cool stuff out there too. And just really, I know it's been a buzz around Nashville. There has been Blame the Wine, and it's been a while since we have talked since that came out, because I just looked at some of my notes that I had here on shows I've done, and I'll tell you this: two things are startling. One, I'm not surprised it's done well. Two, I've done over 2,500 shows in the last 3.5 years between audio and video, so I'm north of getting on that 3,000 mark for my shows over the last 3.5 years. But this song has done. I'm surprised the number of shows I've done. I'm not surprised how well this song has done since you guys did this, because y'all had a lot of fun in making this. I believe there's a lyric video out there to it across different platforms out there too as well. So tell me about this one. Update me a little bit on this one.
Yes, that was such a fun song. Like, I actually wrote that song in Texas. I started writing it in Texas. Well, I did write it. And then when I got back to Canada, the producer I was working with at the time, we were trying to figure out what to write. And it was my first co-write. Blame the Wine was my first co-write. I told, I wrote it with Jeff Johnson, and I told him the title of the song. He's like, let's rewrite this song. So we completely rewrote Blame the Wine. And such a fun song to write. Of course, easy. How easy is it to talk about all the funny things one does when they're drinking wine? But being like in Canada, being like, I'm from wine country, it was fun to put out a song, and I was so grateful because the local radio station, New Country 100.7 added it, and it was so exciting to like hear that song on the radio too. So grateful that they added that song. So it was fun to and it was summertime. So it was such a that song will always just have a special place in my heart. And I like to call, like, I Don't Want to Fall in Love Anymore and Blame the Wine are like my little babies. Like, they're my songs that kind of like started doing well. People started to catch on to like me a little bit from them. And I got so much support from radio with them, and it's really I just feel grateful when I think about it, and love that song.
Yeah, and you read my mind because you knew where I was going, because that was the next one I was going to ask you about as far as the update goes, but you just gave it to me. I Don't Want to Fall in Love Anymore, because right there pairing it side by side were two of my favorites. I wasn't surprised about it too when that one came out with the other one we talked about there here on the show with Blame the Wine. But at the same time, both are special for you, and I Don't Want to Fall in Love Anymore kind of on the same token falls right in that category.
Absolutely. That was the one that really like got me, like, kind of, I don't know, just where I was like, hey, hi guys, it's me, Teigen. And hello. Hi, it's me.
It's a good song, no doubt.
Yeah, and that's another single, right, that I wrote. That was one that I wrote myself, and I really did go through a heartbreak, and I couldn't write for 6 months because I was just so heartbroken. Oh my God. And I literally went through every stage in the book you could possibly think about. I went through the bar star stage. I went through the crying in my room stages, everything. And one day after the bar, when I was completely over this breakup, I had moved on and everything, but I hadn't written or picked up a guitar or anything. And I sat down. Well, I tried to write, but I couldn't because I was so emotional. I wrote this song, like, I was like, how do I really feel right now? And I was like, I don't ever want to feel like that again, ever. So I wrote that song, but of course, like, we all want to fall in love, and it's a beautiful feeling, and it's so magical, but sometimes comes with the beauty and the magic, comes pain, but that's life, and you learn from it and you grow from it. And I wouldn't like change anything. And I got a cool song out of it. So
you did.
That jump started my career. So
and right there, and Blame the Wine too were two of my favorites. That's how I guess we had met at the time there in 2021, and I said, watch out, she's on fire, and watch these two songs, and you'll never forget. I made that prediction right here on the show, and I like to think I know what I'm talking about after so many shows and meet some great people in the music industry that I've done over the last 3 years. Well, I got to go from one right there too, between Blame the Wine and I Don't Want to Fall in Love, to one that's just really cool, fun song, however you want to put it out there too. Something that really it tickled my fancy. Messed Up was one that you guys worked on here in 2022. I had to ask about that one.
Yes. I wrote that song in Nashville. I wrote that one with Chris Buck, Jimmy Thau, and Jordan Orbeck. And that was one of the first writes I did in Nashville. So I remember being so nervous going in because I was like, oh, it's my first write in Nashville. And it just, it was one of those writes where as soon as we were done, we were like, oh, we knew that like we got something special. And so many exciting things came from that song for me too. After that, I got like an incredible manager, and I started working with an incredible team, and just so many cool things came from that song as well. And Yeah, it's just another little song baby that I birthed, and
A
yeah.
little feather in your cap, and right there too, just turn the turn the dial and kept the car rolling. No doubt about that. We'll do one final time out here on the show. More with Teigen Gayse. We still got to do rapid fire and have a little fun with that too. At the same time, catch up there, ask her what's coming up for the holiday season. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everybody out there. If you've started early, because I know some of my friends and family and coworkers do celebrate early. So Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everybody out there in radio podcast land. We'll do a timeout for our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Make it your choice around the tree this year. And of course, through your friends, gatherings, Christmas parties, all that good stuff out there. Bangtail Whiskey and easyliquor.com and bangtail.com. Great places to get that from and sent directly to your door. Fast shipping, responsible, drink responsibly out there. Make it your drink of choice this holiday season. More with Teigen Gayse. It is the Backstage Pass. Hang tight.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And as we close out the year 2022, maybe 5 or 6 shows left here for the remainder of the year, getting into 2023, and already putting together a great schedule for 2023 as we count down to CRS 2023, March 13, 14, and 15. Nashville, Tennessee, the place to be, the Omni Hotel, the New Faces of Country Music event, and a whole lot more. I'm sure Teigen will be down there hanging out with us, hopefully at the Omni, if she knows the schedule is out there. And we're hanging out, me, Kirsty, Stephanie Ryan, CJ Garton here. For all of us at the Backstage Pass, we wish you a very happy, healthy holiday season. The current single is I Don't Need a Boy. We've heard that expression before. You'll like the song out there, too. If you guys want to check that out, if you haven't already, across all the digital platforms. All right, rapid fire. Let's talk about plans for Teigen Gayse and the family for this holiday season. What are some plans?
Well, my mom just told me I'm going to Arizona. I'm currently in Nashville now, leaving in a week to go to Arizona. And my mom told me that she got us tickets to the Nutcracker, which I'm excited. I've never done that before, so I'm excited for that. Also, Avatar, the new Avatar is coming out. Apparently, I had no idea. She said she got me and my mom and my dad tickets to that, so I'm excited for that. And probably just like hang out with my parents. Me and my mom are gonna go Christmas shopping. We're gonna decorate the tree. We're gonna like make cookies and stuff our faces because we do that every year for Christmas. It's the best part. And rum and eggnog and whipped cream. Like, just I'm excited for all the fun Christmassy things, Christmas movies. Like, I love Christmas.
I found myself starting. You mentioned some of their Christmas movies. I did Christmas with the Cranks, of course, The Home Alone, and some of the other classics out there. What did I come across? Oh, Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon the other night, just enjoying laughing at that one too. So I did start early this year, putting up even before the tree, and then of course the rest of the holiday festivities, which are going to take place some here and then some on the road. And I'm into it this year, unlike years past. I guess because we had the closed door of all the social distancing and everything we had gone through. So this one means more to me than others too. Plus, I have a 2.5-year-old, so that really makes it even more special this year for her first kind of real Christmas, you know?
Yeah. I am excited. Like, it's gonna be Christmas full stream when I get to Arizona. Because like where I'm at right now, like I can't really like decorate here or anything because I don't live here. But like as soon as I get there, like I'm in need of like some like crazy Christmas everything. So I cannot wait. I'm counting down the days to get Christmas.
I'm excited about that too. All right, let's talk food. What's around? I guess they're on the table there when it comes to the spread for Christmas. What was it? Thanksgiving? What do you like to eat?
Everything. The only thing I don't eat is pork, but like I like to eat everything. Definitely for Christmas, my usual, like when it comes like the 20th to like the 27th, Christmas cookies every morning. Like every morning I'm like, I am allowed to do this.
Mhm.
But we do turkey dinner at Christmas time, and my mom always makes the best stuffing, and she makes these things which we do for like kind of Thanksgiving, Christmas, but we call them party carrots. So it's like there'll
Oh,
be cheese and cream cheese, and you bake it in the oven with carrots. That's really good. Um yeah, like, and then just cookies. I don't know. To me, it's all about those freaking Christmas cookies and rum and egg. Those are like
no,
staples, you know?
the things that the things that never get old at Christmas
They
are some of
don't.
the best things out there. I'll tell you what I got into. Not that I need them anymore, but I hate to free plug here, Little Debbie's, but they put those dadgum Christmas trees. They put those trees in the
Oh,
box, and chocolate or vanilla was on there, and
so good.
I'm like, man, I just ate one the other night before I made dinner. I was like, man, I shouldn't have this, but I did anyway because we got like 2 boxes of them. They're good. I mean,
And you can eat like 5.
yeah,
I'm like, it's like they don't even do anything to me. Like I could eat one and I'm like, did I even eat that? Like
yeah, it's
I'm
bad.
surprised I'm not obese. Like I do love food. Like I'm a
Yeah,
foodie. And I
I'm with
try
you on
and like
that too.
make healthy decisions, but I'm like,
Yeah, stuff. It's part of the holiday season, which is bad there too. I tell you, always good. All right, let's do this one here because I love this one. The title of the first song that was ever written by Teigen Gayse, or if you don't remember the title, what was the song about?
okay, wait, say that again.
So the title of the first song that you ever wrote, like the title
Yep.
of it, or if you don't remember a specific title, what was the song about?
I know what it's about. I know what it is too. It's funny. It's called In My Dreams. And I wrote it about Nick Jonas.
There you go. Look at that. See
Yeah.
the
I'll never
connection.
forget that. Yeah.
I like
So
that
funny.
too. Takes a little thought sometimes, it does. Well, I tell you what, always great to catch up here. She is a rising artist there in Nashville and across the country, radio stations. Folks, call it in. I'm going to give a review on it tomorrow because it is a fun song. We got a chance to break it down today and catch up here on the Backstage Pass. I Don't Need a Boys across all the digital platforms. Get those streaming numbers up. Give her a like on socials and all the Facebook stuff out there and social media. Teigen, great to catch up. Looking forward to 2023. Keep me in the loop, and hopefully we'll catch you there in Nashville for CRS 2023. Appreciate you stopping by.
Amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon, hopefully at CRS. That would be so much fun.
Looking forward to that too. Let's have our drink, and maybe we'll take that camera and put it in a studio so we can actually record a co-ride and see what happens
Oh,
there.
yes. Never know.
And safe travels out there to Arizona, one of my favorite places to visit. What city are you guys traveling to out there?
Goodyear is where my parents have.
Okay, all right. Well, I know where it is. Not too far from Scottsdale, probably about a half an hour. I'm getting ready to go out there in March too for a week of just leisure and spring training, and so the baseball. It's where the Cleveland Indians and Cincinnati Reds train out there in Goodyear at a beautiful, beautiful ballpark too. Sports music,
Yes.
it's a grand slam of it, and make sure you guys check it out across all the digital platforms. Teigen, thanks so much. We'll see you guys next week on the show. As to who's coming on, I need to look at my calendar because I have no idea. We'll figure it out next week here on the Backstage Pass. Thanks to Bangtail Whiskey. Until then, we'll see you guys. Have a great night from all of us here.